Hello, 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 everyone. Wonderful people. Welcome to our second live session with Chit Chat and Chill. For those of you who don't know, Chit Chat and Chill is an organization that we panelists, us here, that you see here, and there's a few other of us, started to just let people know or to encourage people to talk to one another, talk to your friends, talk to your family when you have disagreements. In this day and age, cancel culture is so ridiculous, and people struggle to have conversations and dialogue with one another. So that's what Chit Chat and Chill is all about. Our live session tonight is a little more calm, a little more normal, a little more geared toward Valentine's Day. These panelists tonight are going to be talking about dating during COVID. So with that, I will turn it over to Veronica. She's going to talk a little bit about dating during COVID.
Hi, everyone. I'm Veronica. I'm single. So I have a little bit of knowledge of dating, just dating in general. So everyone else?
I'm Shayla. Single as well. And we're going to talk about the ups and downs of dating during COVID.
I'm Wes. I am also single. Are you sensing a theme here?
My name is Anthony. I'm just here. But yeah.
Not single.
You just here so you don't get fined, huh?
Hey, man.
Shay?
Okay, so we're going to start off talking about meeting people during COVID or just meeting people in general these days. How are people meeting? One topic that we said in general was dating apps or dating online. Talk to people about, are they familiar with it? Are they not familiar with it? And if not, what are you doing to meet people? Or if you're not, what's going on with the meet?
So I'll start. At the beginning of COVID, I was on dating apps, but as I've told my friends here, it is hard to talk to people online. I feel like I don't come off as great as I am. And so it's difficult to continue on. And I just kind of just stopped and focused on myself more during COVID. But either way, it's really hard to meet anyone. The only thing I do is walk my dog. So.
I'm on a dating app. I was on like 3, which is too many. They are pretty much the same thing. So I was on a few of them, and I got off 2 of them, kept one. It also is not working. I think there's an element that's missing from just typing with your thumbs to people with 4 or 5 pictures. If they even, go into your profile past the first picture that you have, it's tough. It's a little different than, meeting people. And it seems like that's all we got now. Like you don't get to meet people anymore. So it's going to be, this singularity is probably going to be long. Like, this ain't going to be short.
I have a hard time as well. I was on a couple different dating apps, both paid and free. The free ones get wild. The paid ones, I wasn't having much luck. So I stopped right before COVID started. So I don't know the difference between, for anybody who's still on the dating apps, do you notice a difference between like the messages or the amount of interaction you have pre-COVID versus post-COVID? I guess it'd be best.
No, it's the same. I don't know. I really don't get a lot of matches like that. And when I do, it's, it don't really, it's like, oh, and then it just kind of trails off. It's like it's almost like trying to force a conversation, with somebody that you meet and, like a play date, like, okay, you guys hang out. Like, no, we don't, it's really forced. It feels like, unless there's something that is like a mutual thing that we both enjoy. And like, oh, let's talk about this. But even those things during COVID is so much more difficult because, before you could talk about the Red Hot Chili Peppers and you might want to go do a show, and but that's you ain't going nowhere. So
yeah.
One thing that I'm not on dating websites. I just have my own thing about dating websites. I just don't, after watching Catfish, you just you can be anybody on the internet nowadays. It's just you just never know who you meet. But one thing that I think is dope, the fact of that you now you have to sit down and actually get to know somebody like through like Zoom, FaceTime, things like that. Like on a regular date, you would have so much other stuff going on that you probably couldn't be able to get to know the person because you're focusing on so many different things, like you're enjoying your time. But the fact that now, like, you have to sit down and have a conversation and it makes you actually get to know somebody for who they are. I mean, I think.
Okay. Well, other than dating apps, does anybody have, any other ways? So since you aren't on dating apps, how have you been meeting people in general?
Oh man, just I do go for walks, right? So if I'm on a walk and you see somebody passing, there's some type of common, you're walking your dog together, something like that. Your dog does this. That's like that's like one way that people meet is like at the dog park. Like, your dog is running around and things like that. But I guess just I do.
I guess I'll go to the dog park.
Yeah, I guess like it's like you got to find those common areas. You know what I'm saying? Like where people are, I guess. Like
Yeah.
So you got the right idea with the dog park or with the dog. You got to start bringing your dog with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like there have been times that I have went out and things like that. But it's very difficult because you can't hear people because you have the mask on.
Right. I was thinking about that. I'm like, how much more difficult it is to tell if somebody is like feeling you like this, like
right.
You can't.
Not even feeling you if you're attracted or not, because these are important.
They
people.
only get his piece up. So like, if you meet somebody and like this piece right here is that it's like, oh, why they attracted? So they put on this, and then they whole grill just hanging out their mouth.
You don't know if they like scowling. You don't know if they if it stank. You don't know. You just there. There's so much happening that's just not there. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Okay. Anybody else want to talk about anything else, or you want to move on to the next topic?
I'm telling you, man, the dating one, that was a tough one before COVID, at least the apps, and now I think it's dead for that. If anybody can come up with something that's
I was about to say, any recommendations, comment down below. Hook us up.
I mean, it's a couple billion to be made in an app that will be better than what we got right now. Yeah.
Okay, the next topic was VMAX. Shout out to West for the acronym. Vaccinations, masks, and condoms. So we read an article as a group that was discussing different restrictions, different protocols that people take, both like meeting and being intimate with people. Even something like wearing protective PPE, protective wear during intimate exchanges. I'm trying to be politically correct, but this is hilarious.
Say it like Dave said it.
Basically, might as well.
Y'all do that. I'll leave that to y'all.
Okay, you want me to say it?
Take it away.
Basically, pleasing somebody the opposite way around, if you want to say it that way.
You can still pull it off. It's still possible.
Okay, we have a question. Ladies, how would you react to a random person trying to court you at the dog park or grocery store, etc.?
Well, I would say if somebody came up to me at the dog park, they're very brave because my dog is not friendly. So I'll give them props. Or at the grocery store, I would talk to them, but it's just maybe I just go at the wrong time.
Yeah, I agree. I would talk to somebody too. I mean, it doesn't hurt to be friendly and have a conversation with anybody anywhere. Like I'm very I just talk and I think I'm approachable. you know. So I would talk to somebody at the like trying to put me at a dog park or grocery store. Especially it depends on how you do it. If you approach me right, I don't care where we are. Hey.
Let me ask you this. So does it matter that people have masks on? Like, does that take what I don't know if you've been approached or not with a mask on or somebody, but like, does that conversation still flow?
So I have been approached without mask. Yeah. I have been approached without. I have without a mask on and like because I'll have my mask, but I don't wear it because again nobody walks around me. Plus it's annoying. But when I get near people, I do put it back up. So I just have it like under my chin. And when they come up to me, I'll put it on and hoping that they'll do it. But since they don't, I'll just keep walking with my dog. Like, oh, he doesn't like it.
That's a good question.
It is a turnoff. It is a turnoff because I don't know where you've been, and you don't know where I've been.
True, and that's a good question because we in a world now where it's like when they walk up to you, like, hold on, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like they walk up to you like, yo, wait, stay from 6 feet. So it's weird.
Yeah.
I like it. You should have been giving me 6 feet.
Okay, so next is date or going on a date or dating during COVID, intimacy discussions. We kind of touched on it with the VMAC a little bit, but and no, I know West's feelings are 6 feet, but do you want to add anything else to that conversation?
As far as like what do you need, or what's like some prerequisites before you go, or just meeting?
Is that like a conversation now? Like what, or maybe you can discuss what your comforts are. And I know it changes, but just general basic like conversations that you're having before going to meet with somebody, or how do you feel the need to have those conversations? And if so, what are some things that would make you feel comfortable when meeting somebody? Like, like Veronica was saying, she feels more comfortable with the mask, but is that something where it's like, oh, don't put the mask on? Is that a turn off? Like, I know everybody is different.
I mean, I think so. COVID don't care if you dating or if you just passing by. Like it doesn't care. So like to me, if I'm first meeting you, you should have a mask on, period. I mean, we all should do that. I think that's a good conversation to have. Hey, are you gonna, make sure you wear a mask and blah, blah, blah. And then, if you really want to see somebody again, I guess, I mean, I don't know. It depends on the setting, right? Like you're not going to go eat really. I think we should clarify, because if people are watching this in other states, we're in a state where you're not eating in the restaurant. I mean, you could, but it's really not. Like it's kind of frowned upon. So you're not going to, like, that's not your first date. You're not going to be at the movie theater. You're not going to be. So there's a lot of times where your mask will probably be on. And I guess maybe in a week you say like, hey, okay, well, I'm a quarantine. If you quarantine, and then we could like actually, share tighter space. I don't know. I think we got to plan it. I don't know, that's my best guess at how to do it. I wish you should have took up old boy at the dog park, so we would have a step-by-step booklet, because right now we got nothing.
No.
I mean, I think you should have that conversation because that way, because if you need to have that conversation because you can't hear nobody, you can't talk really. And then also, just for safety precautions, just so we can, stop the spread of COVID-19, so we can stop just to had a conversation up front.
Yeah, I think definitely my hesitation post COVID, because it was so much misinformation and it was so much that was changing as far as how you could get COVID, how you can protect yourself. So I just felt like, and I'm very close to my family, so it's like you try to stay away from them. But if I ever did, would it be worth it me meeting someone new and put a loved one at risk? Like that was my hesitation dating during or post COVID. I wasn't as willing to meet someone new. Like it's not that I tried not to, but I wasn't trying to put myself out there as much. And being social wasn't, like you said, it's so much that was shut down and it was so many different things that we normally do as a friend group. We met up all the time. We talked and hung all the time. We went and did a lot of things and that job. And it's like random person and risk so much for somebody I don't even know yet. So at least for me, that's what my hesitation was. We have a new question. What would you do if you exchange numbers with a person, but once you see the masses, you aren't attracted to them?
Ooh,
you want to read it again? Because I kind of messed that up.
Not the future mask on. That's horrible. How do you? I mean, what was that? What was that meme with the girl who was obviously like super attractive and she had a mask on and she's like, "How you know I'm fine?" Like, come on, man. I think. How do you ditch people? I guess that's your question, right? Like, how would you normally ditch somebody?
Them just like, what if you liked her personality? Would you ditch her just because?
I've never been that proud. I don't know. How do you guys unlike?
That's a tough one.
Anybody drawn from experience?
Okay.
Now go on.
No, go ahead.
So it's like this. You gotta like, because you want to get to know a person. You want to get to know the person, but you want to also not be superficial and all type of at the same time. Yeah, I think you just gotta not like tell them respectfully, just not answer the call at that point.
Wait, so not answer their call or tell them respectfully? Which one is it? Like,
I mean, it's I say you gotta tell them
respectful at all.
Huh?
Ghosting somebody is not respectful.
It's not. Hey, just tell them respectfully, like find a reason. If that's what you want to do,
I don't think finding a reason is it either. I would respect it. I mean, attraction matters. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Like some people need looks to be attractive. Some people can find a personality and be attracted. If that's not you, be honest. Because don't waste any. I just don't think you should waste anybody's time. You feel how you feel. We all grown. We got tomorrow. I ain't got time. Just tell me if you don't like me, because I can go on about my day. That's just me though. And I exchanged somebody, but I didn't like them after the fact. I would just tell them, you cool person if it's true, but I'm not attracted to you in that way.
Shout out to Floyd. He said, "Act like somebody called your name and then just walk away."
I mean, how bad is your face in this part that you're willing not to just? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm optimistic. I don't know.
This is a win. This
right,
is a loss.
but if everything else is attractive, if you obviously were attracted to them, there's surgery. You can fix the teeth. What's the problem? Like, how bad is it that it's not that it's so bad? Like, I don't know. I think there's still.
I think
something. I mean, I'm not 20. I'm not 20. I ain't got that much time.
Well, what if it was bad?
Not to say I'm settling, but
what if it was bad oral hygiene?
Oh, then you just
They should know that though.
You gotta go. Like you gotta go. It's a wrap. But I think there's so I went on one date. I'm very hesitant to even bring this up. I went on one, wasn't even a full date during COVID, and it had nothing to do with any of the stuff that like oh, you were hiding that. There wasn't nothing hiding other than like, oh, we just don't get along. That's it. Like, and then I'm the type of person where I'm like, all right, this ain't gonna work. I'm gone. See you. That's just me. Like, I agree. Like, I don't have a lot of time to waste. I mean, it's COVID. I've got nothing but time to waste, and I'm still not about to waste my time. I'm gonna go. So that was the end for me. But it didn't have anything to do with looks. It wasn't a looks thing. It wasn't like I was deceived. I wasn't catfished. I just wasn't feeling it.
Okay, we have another question. Were you done? Well, I'm sorry.
No. What's up, Will?
Got a question. If you meet someone wearing a mask, ask them to take off the mask to see what they look like before the conversation goes any further. I wouldn't be offended by that.
I wouldn't be offended by that.
What do y'all think?
I would. Because you kind of know why they asking that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it was like, I wouldn't be offended by that. I mean, and I'm probably thinking the same thing that they're thinking. So they just kind of killed. They just brought out the, the uncomfortableness. Like, yeah, here go the question now.
That was a sketch on Saturday Night Live with the bottom half. Let me see.
I'm telling you, the nose and the mouth matter.
Right. Super important. And you can. You can.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody had horrible oral hygiene. That's a deal.
That is a deal breaker.
I agree.
Deal breaker.
Okay, we got another one. What if the teeth haven't been fixed yet?
I mean, okay, that's true.
That goes to a different type of problem.
But I would say it's not being fixed and oral hygiene is different.
I think that was direct reply to Veronica being like, it's not yet. I'm still in the game. I'm still in the game.
I mean, I mean, it's true. You're right. You're right.
Why were you not feeling the guy in the dog part?
Honestly, he was just much older, and then he just didn't wear his mask, and he didn't look too good. Honestly.
Oh, okay.
That was.
Watch this and be like, he was talking about me.
That was much older.
He looked like he could be my dad.
My parents,
I told.
I can't get over that.
I mean, you could have spent that Social Security check, but that's here nor there.
My parents are that old. Okay, next up is mental health and dating. Anybody have any share about their thoughts on the topic or any experiences?
Are we taking the question first, or are we taking the
I'm trying to.
How lenient are you when evaluating talent when you're out in the public? That's actually pretty solid. Are you grading on a curve now? Have your 10s become 9s, 9s become 8s?
Your 8s become 7s.
Yeah. I was never like looking for a certain anything. So to me,
I just want to like something. Like if I like you, I like you.
Right.
I don't. That's the only thing. If I like you, it's no curve about it. If I don't like
you,
I don't care what happens, I don't like you like that. Sorry. So no, I feel like some people have gotten that way though, because when you, especially if you're single and you live alone, like for me, I'm single, I live alone. So I know now talk to different people. For some people, being alone for that long does have them change their, I don't even want to say preferences, but standards. Not that deep. So personally, no, I haven't changed anything, but I do know that some people have just for the sake of not being alone or lonely. But just because you're alone doesn't mean just
I'm not I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I got any different anything. I don't think COVID's going to bring my standards down per se. Not that I even have high standards. It's just meeting people is different. It's very difficult right now. So I don't think. Am I going to grade on a curve? Probably not.
I'll agree with that. I don't think I have high standards, but I mean, don't be my dad. That's don't be that age. That's one thing.
Anybody want to share any dating experiences or anything in particular? We're gonna have somebody else join us in about 10 minutes. Anything anybody else want to add?
Have y'all been? Has anybody been on a date since COVID started? And by been on a date, I mean met someone new and went out. Veronica's dog said, "Hell no."
No.
I haven't met anybody new.
Mm-hmm.
See, shit's hard. It's very hard. So I think
it is.
Yeah, I know. I think the that's a great question. Once we're all vaccinated, are we ready to start dating again normally, or will that be weird? I want to see y'all papers. Like, you say you vaccinated? It's like it's gonna be the new STD paperwork. I need that. Let me see it.
I just think everybody in general is gonna lose their mind outside.
This is a probably. I mean, I think but you gotta. The thing is, do you still follow the rules and the protocol? They haven't vaccinated. It's like like when you let your guard down, when you trust it, like things like that.
I do know they're asking people who have been vaccinated. They're still asking you to wear masks, and they're still asking you to do everything as if you weren't.
So let me ask y'all this question. It's kind of how do y'all feel about the virtual, like over the Zoom dates?
It's a difference than being in person. Like Veronica was saying, some things don't. I mean, even though you can have conversations with people, it's still a little in person. It's still, and then meeting somebody that the being in the presence of somebody else is still different.
Different energy and things like that.
On Zoom, it's still different. At least for me, it's different.
Because at one point they were suggesting, they were saying, one thing that you could do to try to build that chemistry and that energy is to like schedule like FaceTime dates, and like y'all both watch a movie or you guys cook a meal together and you discuss it. Or I saw this one video where the guy, like, they was in separate rooms. And I guess I don't know why, but there was that room. So he went and he made, like, on a patio. He went outside of the house, or he went outside of her house. I forgot it exactly, but he set up a date where they between the patio.
I saw that. Yeah, they had just met. Like he had.
Yeah,
I saw that. That was cute.
I thought that was real dope. Like, it's just
but they just met. What I'm saying is, I would compare it to a long distance relationship.
Okay.
Like without that contact, without seeing them, without being able to touch, cuddle, or just be around them. I mean, I'm not saying people can't do it, but it's not the same. So what type of dates? We have a question. What type of dates do you all expect now?
Dog park.
What did you say?
Dog park.
I mean, yeah, I think I don't expect nothing. I'm telling you, man. I don't. I already didn't have very high expectations, but I don't expect nothing now. Like I think it's hard. It's very difficult. Like I said, you can't be. I think the grocery store is the most time I spend around people, and I spend like all that time trying to keep distance from people. Because I don't know what it is about the store, but when you're in the store, people don't care. They just be in there like when I'm trying to I'm not taking the last, the last apples, and they get up on you like they want apples too. It's just a really weird thing. Like the store, all the rules are off. People go right up on you.
It kills me when people are talking and then they'll pull the mask down the top. Like I can hear you. Just like I didn't need to know what you had to say that bad. Back up. I still don't know you, sir. Ma'am. But yeah, I agree. The grocery stores, and they're all on your heels. They're coughing and everything else.
Yeah. To that point, I do believe the pandemic is the perfect time to make some callbacks and check on some check on some people. I haven't done it.
Shout out to the comments for the suggestion.
Yeah, you should definitely holler back.
A lot of people said they ain't meet anybody new. Not that they ain't meet nobody.
Hey, man, listen. Would y'all consider that? Would y'all consider?
I think it's just hard in general.
That's an interesting thing.
Are you overlooking anybody? That's what you should be asking yourself right now.
He said, let me give you a moment to reflect in their comments.
Right.
What about you, Wes? You overlooking anybody?
Somebody I know already?
Yeah.
Everybody I know already, aside from y'all, is married. I am but the only loser of my friend base.
Dang, is that a loser?
I just pile on myself. They really it's just random circumstances. I think everybody's where they at for a reason right now. So I wouldn't say that like I'm trying to go rehash or dig anybody up. I think I'm good. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, it usually is for me. I left it for a reason. Like I said what I said. One comment was, why backtrack if you let that person go? Exactly. Gigi. Yes. Exactly. Again, it's about lowering that standard. It's not that. So
I will say this. It may be important to reevaluate because before you let that person go, you didn't know it was going to be a 100-year pandemic that kept you from doing anything. So now, like that question, if I was the last person on earth, that's a good ass question now. Like maybe you should consider if you were the last person, maybe you would think it. So far, I'm not rethinking nobody, but
Nah, just let him go. Cause then, like, this is also the wrong time. I just feel like let him go. It's also the wrong time. You bring somebody back and you get a entanglement, and you get all you never.
Really?
How bad did you want to say entanglement?
I wouldn't say it so bad.
Did he really?
I've been waiting to work it in.
I want to say it so bad, but no, I just think you should leave him alone. Just it ain't no point. I mean.
There is a familiarity, but in some cases, to even put in perspective, if you're letting it go and willing not to go back, then it's for it. Trust people have their reasons.
Yeah, I'm not knocking nobody. Like I agree. If you want to, believe me, I don't blame you. If you decided like, hey, let me see what such and such is on, I don't blame you. It's.
Yeah, my thing is if it's especially if it's somebody that you have deemed to be toxic to your life, I feel like, the pandemic has also shown you how short life is too. So I just don't want to ever be in a situation where I'm unhappy and I'm choosing it just for the sake of not being by myself. I would rather be alone and be happy than with somebody and unhappy.
You
That's
could
just,
do bad all by yourself.
yes, honey. So yeah, that's my answer. For better
Well,
for
I
worse.
was going to say, I did. I don't want to say recycle because that's mean, and I don't know if they're watching. But I did try it again, and no, but it's like what Gigi said. Like you left them. It didn't work out for a reason, and it's true. Like it was the same thing, and it was obvious that it didn't just work out for that reason, and it came back. Nothing changed, so that was a no.
And honestly, I have recycled before. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it wasn't for pandemic purposes.
Mine was for the pandemic.
Are we going with this?
I stand by my first decision.
Are we going? Is this going to be the term now? Recycle? We really going to be?
Recycle.
We going to be recycling?
Let me recycle you, girl.
I didn't want to say that.
So one thing I did mention in a sidebar conversation, like, what are some frequently asked questions that you get that you all experience? And like, let's open it up to everybody to talk about and see if we have some similarities. Because like Wes, I too am like one of the last of the Mohicans, like of the single friends. Been bridesmaid 50 million times. Like I feel you there, Wes. Like all my friends are married, and it's like I'm that friend now where people are trying to like set me up with other people, and then you get these weird meetings because it's like a blitz meeting, and then the other person just asks me the crazy, like I just don't see the purpose in the question. But like common like question, why are you single? Like, y'all get that question, and if y'all do get it, what are your answers and thoughts about it? And I'll tell you mine. But
old people ask me why I'm single all the time. Old people ask me damn near every day. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Like, if I'm gonna try to put that in any sort of context, like, I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Am I dating outside of mine? Like, should I bump it up? Should I brush off all the Social Security people and like, or like, should I go that way? I don't know. But as far as like your friends trying to hook you up and stuff, that's where you better than me, because my friends have not tried to do that at all. My friends are throwing no lobs. They're like, whatever, you out there bad. They're enjoying their lives. I see it on Instagram, and that's it. I was the guy who hooked people up. So now, and not one person has reached back. It's all bad.
oh,
Where you gonna go? I don't get that question at all. I get the question. Oh, you don't have no kids yet?
Oh, damn.
Like they bypass that and they get to the kids. Yeah, I don't get that question. So you're like, wow, okay, you ain't got no kids. Like, okay, all right.
How do you take that?
Ah, man, that's a different conversation for a different day, bro. It's just it catches me off guard, and it's like, oh, I gotta have. Oh, okay, all right. It's like you can take it so many different ways. Like either what thoughts are running through your mind at this moment, So you take it a lot of different ways.
Ladies, do y'all get asked how many kids you got, like without knowing nothing, like top 3 questions? Hey, how you doing? How many kids you got?
oh, does sound good.
Well, I'll say I don't get asked those questions. Well, I do get asked if I have children. but it's weird to me to get asked that, I guess, but I guess it's normal. But what I get a lot is that I'm picky, and that's why I'm alone. And I'm like,
Damn.
I don't think I'm picky.
I don't think you are either. Good.
I'm like, I'm not picky. I just also won't settle just for anyone. Else I would have made it with the recycle.
Not the recyclable.
I get asked, why am I single all the time? I get asked, do I have children? Why don't I have children? What's wrong with you? You better hurry up because you high risk or gonna be high risk in 2 seconds. Just all kinds of questions and comments that one, I didn't ask for, nor do I care about your opinion on it. And it's not that I'm trying to be shady, but this is my whole thing. When you ask someone why they're single and then say what's wrong with them, my whole mentality is, one, if, like for me, I'm single because I choose to be. Do you think if somebody really wanted to be in a relationship, like really wanted to be in a relationship, they could be in one? Like for better or for worse, if they just wanted to be in one for the sake of being in one? So 9 times out of 10, it was a decision. Am I wrong?
I think the conversation is different for women than it is for men. Like, yeah, so people are I'm just thinking about the old conversations I'm, privy to, and the old people. They look at it like, you're racing your biological clock, and so there's a push on you to settle, like a societal push on you to settle, where there's not for us. A dude can be, there you can just do whatever you want, like
Be geriatric and still
Bruce Wayne the game. You can't. It's very possible. And nobody will look. Nobody will look down on you for that. Women is a different story, and it's messed up. But it's just, I don't know. That's why they ask. I guess maybe that's why they ask like us. You got kids. How many kids you got? Because clearly, you still moving around. Like I don't have any kids for the record, but. It's our question versus your question is when are you going to have kids? So I don't know. It's messed up.
Yeah. For the people on here, do you all want kids? Like I want kids. It's just for it's just certain things that I want before I get there. So it's like I want them, but I'm not. So first of all, does everybody here, yes or no? Do you all want kids? Yes, for me. I do want kids. Eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't. I don't know. It's that I don't know. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah, I agree. I want to date before I want to think about bringing.
No, I'm just saying in general.
I think it's really important. I think it's super important. So who you pick is a big deal. So
right,
I want that more than I want I want the kids, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want the kids to be pissed off at me for 30 years because of who I pick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
yeah.
So
yeah.
And then also I think who you pick goes into like, oh, can I see myself having kids with this person? So
yes, men can create kids until they're 80. We can. It's crazy that people get there. I don't like it either. I mean, I'm not the person. I feel like, if you get, what is it? Men can get their they medications and things paid for by their insurance. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy as hell. Like, because that's not a necessity. That's why are you doing what? It's not a necessity. Why? Like somebody in their 60s, 70s, 80s. It's not a necessity, man. Like that's crazy.
And then, like, even to freeze an egg is like what? However many?
It's like $30,000. Like what?
It's ridiculous.
Damn.
It's gonna cost you college money.
They said survival of the fittest. Can you afford it?
Right. That's basically what it like. This you could tell certain stuff is written by dudes. Like those laws were written by dudes. Like that's just what it is. So you should. That's I don't know. I don't agree with it. I just live on Earth.
You just live on Earth.
I'm just here.
Oh man. Any other topics? Any other questions you guys want to cover? Any other? Do you all want to share any fun like interactions or dating fun stories? No, nothing.
Ever or during COVID?
Ever. We're not. Forget it. We're just winging it now.
Okay, I'll tell you that. If I learned this recently. I learned this maybe 2 years ago. That I know immediately if a girl likes me based on it by asking one question. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. How tall do you think I am? If she say my actual height or taller, she likes me. If she say something short, she ain't thinking about my ass. It's just how it works. And it's a very quick cheat sheet to that. Dave knows what I'm talking about.
Of course, Dave would find this funny.
Dave, he knows what I'm talking about. Most of the guys probably know what I'm talking about. But I get a very wide range of how tall people see me as. Every man on earth knows how tall I am. They look at me and be like, boom. The police know how tall I am. But for some reason, it's a wide range with women. They're like, I don't know. He could be anywhere from like 6'3" to 5'8". Such a weird, I don't get it. But the taller, the more of an impression I've left, I guess.
I've never heard that before.
Shayla, how tall do you think I am?
I don't remember. I know you're taller than me.
You don't even remember. See, that's the thing. Veronica, how tall do you think I am?
I know you're taller than me.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
So anywhere between 5'8" and 6'3", like I said.
No, you're not. I would, and that's just because I need to see recently. When's the last time I've seen you? In my defense.
And how tall do you? This is totally out of topic. This doesn't have anything.
How tall I think you are?
Yeah.
I was
5'9", 5'10".
Veronica, how tall you think I am? You're probably the last person I saw.
She's freezing.
Oh.
I'm not good with height.
And see,
I'm not good with height. I don't know.
This is why I'm single right now.
He's 5'10".
No.
5'10"?
No, Dave is being a dick. I'm not 5'10".
Oh my God.
Look at any picture of me standing next to Dave. There's like a million of them.
I know, right? I feel like this is a trap. How tall are you, Wes?
Don't worry, but look at any picture of me next to Dave, and you'll be like, wait, what? He's way taller than I thought he was. It's so funny. But yeah, no, it's... But anyway, do y'all have anything like that? Y'all have anything that's like, oh, this is... If somebody likes your dance moves or whatever.
Right.
If she laugh at your jokes, what is your thing? What's your go-to? Like, oh, I'm in there.
I have no clue. I feel like when a guy likes you, you can tell. And I don't know how to explain it. You can tell when a guy likes you. They don't, like, I like when guys are like, hey, like they come, they talk to you. They're not, like, when guys really like somebody, you can tell. There's no question. So I like when somebody likes me. Like, I don't want to be attracted to somebody I will hold it in, unlike you until I fix it.
So it's contingent upon if they like you, which is
no,
like,
you like who you like, but it's I that's one thing that I like about a guy. If I can tell he like if he really likes me, I like that too.
You mean like being assertive?
Not necessarily assertive. It's just certain things that you can tell if a person likes you. I'm not saying it's solely based on that, but it is a factor for me.
Anybody? How do you know a girl likes you, Ant?
If you compliment my sneakers. I'm just joking.
I was like, okay, sure.
No, I'm just joking. I think just the conversation and the openness of the conversation. You can all when they start sharing and you start, they start being. You can tell in the body language that they start being vulnerable and comfortable, and they start sharing about their life.
If she take her mask off, she like you.
Mask off.
Vero?
I'm very bad at that. I can never tell if somebody is into me or not. Like they would have to tell me something directly for me to be like, oh, okay. But even then I'm like, no, they're just being nice. I'm very bad at picking up cues. So yeah.
And to a certain extent, I'm like that too, because you just be like, oh yeah, no, that's not what. I mean, I get it. And that's the thing too. Even with you showing cues, it's best if you say something. Because I might just think you like me, but it's like so many guys are in relationships and trying to create entanglements that I don't have time. Like, I just, because part of that, you coming up and saying, hey, I like you. Are you even available? Like, what are we doing here? Because we need to talk about this. Because
one thing I've learned,
a lot of guys who want me to be in a relationship, but they want to be single. That's like a trend of guys that I run into a lot. And it's just not something I don't work for me.
One thing I've seen a lot is that I had no idea how many married men were like shooting a shot. That's it. But the pandemic I don't know why, but the pandemic is bringing it all out. That's all. My timeline is.
It's pre-pandemic. A lot of guys who are married do that. A lot.
I'm just saying my timeline has definitely been like I'm seeing so many stories about this. I'm like, damn, okay, like whatever.
Yep. But they want you to be their own.
I have to agree with what Aaron says. A person can be comfortable with you, but like you only as a friend.
And that's attraction too. Like you can like love somebody, but not like be attracted to them in that way.
True.
So yeah, the physical attraction or sexual attraction is part of it. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny, Will. That's funny. Will says, I just walked my dog and saw a woman walking her dog and tried to make small talk. It didn't go well. My wife didn't appreciate it. Thus, bringing all of this together, full circle.
I just feel like I need a dog now.
I will say this: when I'm swiping on them damn dating apps, they all got dogs. Every woman has a dog now.
The dog park.
The dog park. So now I got to get a damn dog.
The dog park.
I'm allergic to dogs.
With somebody.
You said you allergic?
I'm allergic to dogs. Now I got to get a dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, let's go. I can do it. Yeah. So we're going to be getting a fifth participant in. My good friend from DePaul, Laura. What's up?
Hey. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Super long time no see.
It's been so long.
All right. What are your if you've been able to follow along, how has dating during COVID been for you?
A little bit. I hopped in a little bit late, but I started dating somebody during COVID at the start of it.
How?
Right.
What's your secret?
Where did you meet?
Where did you meet him?
Which dog park?
Yeah, what kind of dates y'all going?
What's up?
We was just jumping all in.
Yeah.
We met on on an online dating app. And so we're both out here in LA. Now, I don't know what it's like in Chicago, but everything shut down.
Same.
I hadn't dated for like 2 years, and then I got on a Bumble, and I skewed my age range low because I kind of just wanted something fun. And then we went on one date, and it ended up working out.
Nice. So okay, so I'm just gonna go down our topics, and if you're comfortable talking about it, feel free to share with the class, and if not, tell me to move on.
Yeah, this
So
the
we went
lightning
to
round.
dating. What about dating? Like, what was the dating like starting off versus going along? Like, how did you all, like, did you have a discussion about certain precautions you both would take, and like where did you all go?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. This was back in May. I was actually working at a grocery store, and he was working from home. And so, like, we didn't know what was going on. Like, I don't even know if masks were a thing back then, but we definitely talked about it. We decided to go on a hike because it's outdoors. We talked about wearing a mask, so we both wore masks. Yeah, was that everything? I'm trying to think. We didn't talk about dating other people. I think that's something that came up later, but was something to consider as a precaution. Like, are you seeing other people? Because, like, I don't know, that just opened up the risk at that point.
Okay. Do you have, like, in the relationship, is like either one of you mental health or just being together? Like, just having the experience of COVID and just being with each other, do you all see effects on mood or like discussions about how it's affecting you, the pressures of COVID or the isolation issues with COVID?
Yeah, for sure. He had been struggling with that. I think working from home and is a little bit. I don't know if he's extroverted, but his passion is stand up comedy. So having to let that go and have everything shut down really affected his mood. I'm like, not to speak for all introverts, but I'm introverted and like stay home, so it didn't bother me at all. But it was something that like it came up as a conflict because I was all about advocating for things to shut down. And then he was like, no, things need to open up. Like, this is affecting, people's mental health. And I was like, well, people are getting physically ill, like they're dying from that. And so we kind of like would butt heads about that. But it actually worked out, because it opened my mind to be more empathetic to that side and how people are struggling not being able to have their small businesses open. And then hopefully on the flip side, I think he saw a little bit more about needing to stay home and like that. But yeah, I would say it's been rough, like mentally, to work through that on both sides. And so I don't know, how you guys are dealing with it either. Now that I have a corporate job and I'm working from home, I can. Oh, it's been tough just to.
I need to set my dating preferences younger, apparently.
Just curious, how young did you go with the preference?
Let's see. I was 34 and I went down to 26 or 27. Actually, I got asked out by a couple of 26 and 27.
That's not unreasonably young. I get that, Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe try skewing your age range a little bit.
I got to bring it down.
Can we talk about age range? What is your age range with dating? I don't think we talked about it. Do you all have a set age range?
Apparently I'm doing this wrong. Mine was like, what? I think it was no. I have to look. Let me look. It's no younger than 30. I think it's no younger than 31. 32.
Yeah.
And no older than what, 40? I think I put 4 years on each side, maybe. So I'm 36. So maybe I think that's what I did. But obviously, all hope is lost among my people. I must go younger.
I think I did 30 to 5.
I go 5 higher and 5 lower.
I did 10 high. I don't mind. I don't like them.
Oh wow, Dave said become a MILF hunter.
What did he say? Wait, what?
He said go after grandma.
Y'all keep trying to get these social security checks. People, grandkids gonna be after y'all.
Well, first of
Dave, I
all,
said no old people.
we're not going to see Social Security, so don't get mad if we take somebody else's.
We got a comment that said 10 years younger and 5 years older.
It's like half your age plus 7. That's what I was told. That's what my boyfriend.
Where does that come from?
A rule of romance. I don't know.
Half your age plus
Heard that
7.
rule either.
Yeah. Half your age plus
Heard
7.
that.
That's as low as you can go.
So 25 in theory is as low as I could go.
Yeah.
I have nothing in common with a 25-year-old, but okay. I mean,
You're gonna have to learn the TikTok dance as well.
right? Exactly. I gotta.
Oh my goodness. I was around 25 years old, like just family member. I'm out of touch with a lot more than I thought. Like then consciously I was out of touch with just being around them.
Their whole rhythm is different. Everything like TikTok's a great example. The way they everything is different. So I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'm not. Obviously, I'm doing it wrong. I had to expand my horizons.
It ain't wrong. We're just gonna tweak the process, Wes.
There you go.
Don't. Yeah.
You're right. What types of dates did you go on, Laura?
We really
Besides hiking.
Yeah, we went on the one hike. I think we're going on a date tonight. This is like our first real date because the restaurants just opened in LA. We're gonna sit outside.
Oh, nice.
Dinner. What have we done though? We've done a couple of hikes and have the luxury of being next to the beach to go out there.
It's 11 degrees here.
That's why I ended up out in LA.
When you said going outside, we're all like, that would probably be very nice.
Let's do a date where we shovel together.
Right.
That's too cold.
I'm over shoveling.
I am too.
I'm so tired of shoveling, man.
Somebody post on Facebook.
I'm over it, man.
Hell, don't you do it. Leave me alone. Yeah, I'm over snow. It wasn't even bad this year though, or last year, but I still.
If this is it, then it's not bad. But if this keeps up, no.
Yeah, I don't. How is everything open in Chicago?
I mean,
I don't think so, right?
no. So it's weird. It's not like, again, like we can't have food outdoors. Outdoor dining was a thing, and now it's 11 degrees. So
Exactly. Yes.
yeah.
So
Well, it wasn't even necessarily outdoors. They had a makeshift tent that they put beside the establishment that had no, like, I didn't see ventilation, but that's it to eat.
Yeah, no, that made up rule of like it's okay to eat outside. If you make inside outside, then you can do it. No, that was people who still got sick at the same rate. So that means
Laura,
these are all Laura questions. All Laura questions.
For you, Laura, does it feel like you've been dating longer than 8 months, especially since you now?
yes, it feels like we've been dating like 5 years. It has it's moved so fast. Yeah, I think our relationship progressed really fast because of COVID and just spending so much time together. Nothing to do other than get to know each other.
Do you like that? Do you like that it moved fast?
I did. So I will say, and he knows this, I don't know if he's listening. I don't know if I would have gone on a second date with him, like if it weren't for COVID. I just like was not. Sorry, I don't know if I was feeling it in the beginning. I was like, he's young, or maybe I'm just like getting old and tired. Like he has a lot of energy. I don't know if I can keep up. But then, we gave it a second chance, and then it was during a conversation on the phone where we talked and really got to know each other, and then it piqued my interest again, and we continued talking. But I think that's something that was lost or was gained during the pandemic. Like pre-pandemic, it's just so easy to be like on to the next, and not really like give somebody your relationship a shot. I think that investment it ended up.
Your mic is going in and out a little bit.
Mine is. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just didn't want to not have good stories. I just want to, can't hear some of it.
Yeah, let me know if it keeps happening.
Yeah, it looks like you've won this edition of Post-Apocalyptic Dating. And,
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, I'll be totally honest. Like we have already been through a breakup and got back, so I don't know if that counts as recycling, but we did. That's like how it feels like we've been together so long. Like, we broke up and we're back together already.
So you've recycled too.
Yes, it's it's what you do with that time apart. I think. I mean, I can't speak for him, but for me, it was like just really doing a lot of digging into what didn't work, like how I need to change, and committing to that, because I definitely recognize my faults in that and just had to commit to changing. But we took 3 weeks apart, and I think both really dug into that. We had no contact. We were ready to move on. And it just ended up working out the way that it did. But I think if we kind of went back into the relationship the same way, it wouldn't work out. So it's kind of like entering more of a conscious relationship and being able to call each other out when we regress back to our old ways.
A wise man once said, "Y'all know how I met her. Broke up, got back together." Anybody else? We got any other? Did we catch her up?
I think one last thing. Do you experience any questions? And family? What are some questions that you get? You're in a relationship now, so it wouldn't apply. But I guess when the times you were single, what were commonly asked questions from you?
Sorry,
As far as that you get.
I think it's my internet. Is it mine?
Mm-mm. No, it was Shayla was breaking up on my end too.
Sorry.
All right, so try that one more time. What was the question she missed out on?
My question was, we were talking about commonly asked questions that we get from other people being single, or from the times you were single, either friends, family. Like, what's some commonly questions that you get being a single person? Do they have conversations about, why are you single? When are you going to get married? Do people ask about, are you going to have kids? Or if you do, are you going to have more kids? Like, do you get those questions?
Yeah, for sure. I think I heard a little bit of what you guys were saying in the beginning, or what you're always saying. Are you ever been divorced? Or are you divorced? Or have you ever been married? You don't want kids? It's kind of phrased like that. So I definitely hear that. And it's just I don't know how to answer that. It's I don't know how to answer it. Yes. Well, I agree with what you said, though. A lot of it can be by choice, or is by choice. And then as far as kids, like hopefully that's changing societally, like just not asking that question about
Yeah.
and so I get less of that versus like, years ago when we were in college or whatever.
All right. Well, I think that covers everything for today and for this edition of pandemic dating on Chit Chat and Chill,
Or the lack thereof.
or the lack thereof. Exactly. Let's see. I guess your love life has according to our numbers, 20% chance of survival during COVID. And good luck, everybody. Any wise parting words besides move your dating preferences age down? Because I'm definitely about to adjust that.
Taking notes.
Right.
Second chance.
Second chances.
Second chance.
Recycle. Will was right. You got the recycle. Chris Rock. What'd you learn today? Federal, what'd you learn?
Does she hear you?
Oh, maybe not.
Veronica,
She learned to ignore me.
what did you learn today?
Oh,
She
no.
learned to, huh?
That I'm not alone. That I'm not alone.
Shayla, what did you learn?
To be more observant of people's heights, apparently, for when they question you later.
It's totally it means nothing and makes no sense. It's
No,
just
I'm
funny.
just joking.
It's funny.
It's just good to know that other people have similar experiences too, and that it's not so. Especially when you know a lot more people who are married and lasting relationships, it's just good to know that people are experiencing similar things. So it's not like a you thing. A lot of us were saying a lot of the same things, and it just also to hear different perspectives on things too. Like to hear the guys talk about your experiences and on the like we know how we feel entering certain things, but just hearing your end and how your feelings are or how certain things could be perceived and you didn't necessarily see it that way. So it's good just to hear it to just something I didn't think about before.
All right, Ant.
Man.
And that I need a dog. Sorry.
Get a dog. Get a dog. Thanks, Will.
Right. Man. Maybe try a day nap or something like that. I'm not on any, so maybe I need to expand my horizons.
Yeah. I guess I need to learn TikTok. But thanks for tuning in, guys. We've had fun talking about our lack of dating and how Laura won. I'm glad to check it. I haven't seen her in forever, so that's dope. Make sure you stop by at chitchatandchill.com, get you some merch up. Thanks for tuning in to Chit Chat and Chill. Appreciate it, guys, and tune in next time. We'll be doing some more live events. And what was it, Cheddar Bob? Peace out, Rabbit.